Greetings and welcome back to my channel. Um, 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 um. Greetings and welcome back to my channel. So we seem to be on a art vibe, so I'm gonna keep that momentum going since I just made my second batch of handmade watercolor paints with earth pigments, and I changed up my binder, and I think this batch came out pretty good. The first one was a little bit sticky and tacky and a little bit too, yeah, sticky and tacky. This one is a bit drier. So this is my first mix that I made, and you can see the little sheen there. It's a little bit harder to re-wet, and it picks up less pigment, and I also think I did not mull the pigment long enough. So let's show you my second batch. So that's the indigo, and they wet so quickly and they pick up so much pigment. I have to remember, you know, to be light-handed, which is hard, but yeah. So I made 6 colors for my, what did I call it, night botanical garden. I wanted like moody colors, not so bright and vivid, but more muted earth tones that just have this natural feel to it. So let's see. I am working on this picture right here, right? So this is done from my regular watercolor set, probably from the Artisa set, and as you can see, it's a bit more vibrant and somewhat, you know, it pops. But this is a bit more muted, and I'm not finished. This is just like the first wash of color, but I'm gonna start on the flower in this video to show you how they are re-wetting and how they lay on paper. So let's set up for that. I like to get started with a little rest herbal supplement. And it's important to breathe and just relax and have fun. So in the Night Botanical Garden set, I came up with 6 colors. 2 of them are not mixed, meaning that I didn't combine different pigments together. They're just the color as is. And the first one is Potter's Pink. And the second one is Indigo, and this is actually an indigo powder that I purchased to dye with, and I said, let me try this. So therefore I have other powders, plant pigments, like madder and lark, I think it's called. That the madder is a reddish kind of orange color, and the lark, I think, is a purple color. I haven't dyed with the lark yet. I think that's what it's called. But anyways, this is the indigo, and it came out pretty good. I'm really loving how vibrant and pretty that is. So the other 4 colors are a mixture of different earth pigments So this is a nice green color. I'm gonna swatch these so you could see. This is a brownish, blackish, a dark brown color. I was going for a orangish reddish color, but I think it more came out orange to me. Let me know what you think when I swatch it. And then this is a Orchard, my yellow for this kit, since I'm keeping it earth tone and muted. So to get the paint ready, I like to just drop a few droplets of water on the paint. This green takes a little bit longer. It's the driest out of all the others, and the indigo is it's very strong. Sometimes I try to pick up a little bit and it just gets out of control. Alright, we let it sit for a few, and just let me show you up. Oh, see, I don't even want to take up so much, so let me do it on the other end. You see how it re-wets, and it's just beautiful. You could go as deep with these as you like, or as muted. It's really up to you. The thing with watercolor is, what I like about it is that you're working in layers, meaning you take time to build it out. I know we have this idea of no, you want it now, but sometimes just slow down the pace and you'll gradually get there. I drew this piece at the beginning of the week, probably Monday or Tuesday, I don't know, and now it's the middle of the week and I'm still working on it. Sometimes I'll have something sitting in a book for over months, you know, and when I come back and I take time, it gives me a different appreciation, and I approach it differently than I'm sitting there frustrated and trying to get it done, giving myself a deadline which I created. So it's good to just breathe and just enjoy the process of it, you know? I want to start with a light watered down version of the yellow. Just add water to it until it becomes as light as you would like. Just want to do a nice wash over the flowers. Pick up paint as you would like, and remember that approach it on a more realistic way, you know, that it's not one color. Color is one color is a mixture of many color. And for your picture, your art to come alive, it's good for you to have different dimensions. Different shading, shadows, different layers. And it's okay to be a little messy and go over your lines. It helps me to not be such a perfectionist and to just enjoy the process of it. And how I share my artwork, I have stickers and I have a moon grid calendar. And I like it to have that handmade feel to it. So you can see how granulated the green queen is, and this one you'll have to get a lot if you want to. You have to get it real wet and pick up a lot if you want it darker, but it can go darker. The indigo. It's beautiful. And the indigo mixed with these colors are to a next dimension. I'm also loving, there's two colors here. Well, I don't have any of these colors in my kit to begin with, but Potter's Pink, I've always wanted to buy it in store, but once I went to buy it, someone that worked there said she didn't like it because it's like a couple colors got together and puke. And then that was Potter's Pink. So I had never bought it. But when I saw the actual pigment for it, I'm like, how cool would it be to make my own Potter's Pink? So yeah, Potter's Pink and a nice brown. Like, I've always wanted a nice brown, and I'm gonna make some more browns because I don't know, I'm searching for this really cool, you know, brown, and because I don't have any browns in my kit. So yeah, so I'm gonna allow that to dry, and I'm gonna add a few more layers to that until it really comes to life, and it's just a nice dance, you know, to just play around and envision what you want it to be. And at the end of the day, sometimes it even surprises you. It's even better than what you envision, which is always awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna let that dry, and then we'll add a next layer. I thought I was videoing there when I just added the first layer of yellow, but apparently I wasn't. I just wash it over with some water now. Blending it out a little. start dropping in some orange. I want to wet the area first, and this is called the wet on wet technique. I was doing the wet on dry before. Dry off my brush a little bit. Alright, let's start introducing the orange here. I want it to have like an overall wash. We'll go in darker eventually and tie it all together. And I just wanted to have a strong outline of where I want to have a more yellow highlight going on. And let's do the same for this flower. Try to pay attention to your thoughts. What are you thinking about while you're doing this? And try to redirect your thoughts and keep it as positive as possible. If you're not thinking about anything, that will be great, but how often is that? How often are we not thinking about anything? When I get into those states of me actually not thinking about anything, I am in awe, because I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm not worried about anything. I'm just enjoying the moment, you know? Let's work on this one right here. So I'm allowing this to dry, and I kind of fix up this little bud right there, and then I'm gonna add and add and add different layers until I'm satisfied with it. But even at this stage, I love it as is. Sometimes I'm more structured and in control, and another time I just want it to be free flowy, and this is one of those times that I just want it to bleed and run into each other and just bloom into whatever it wants to bloom into, and me not controlling it as much. Because that's the thing with watercolor, it's just a lot of movements. As much as I want it to bleed into each other, that's like with the petal, like the individual petal itself, I don't want it to bleed over to different petals, because I want each petal to have their own little uniqueness about it. So you'll see me do like every other petal let that dry, and then I'll go in and work on the others. You see that ombre effect where it's blending from the yellowish tone to the orange red. That's what I'm going for, and I'm getting there. It is getting late. I am losing the lights, and I'm just gonna stop right here and continue the next day. But it's looking very beautiful, and as you can see, it's coming alive.